to Gwen's Business Corner with Deonta.
Hey, Gwen.
Hey, girl.
Today's topic, we are talking about getting back to our future. So, I'm excited about it. Like, what's in your future?
Girl, you know these coins.
These coins. We're in the new year. So, like, when you say these coins, what are you doing to make your future be coins?
You know, I'm just trying to be focused in 2019, work on, strategically position all my business, our businesses, so that I can, create some, funds. And then, it's all about making impact for me, so that's what I'm doing.
One thing you left out.
What, girl?
Legacy. So today we're talking about our future. And, you're leaving a legacy. You got nephews. You got babies now. They're not your babies.
Ain't nobody never been my baby, but whatever.
They're still your babies.
Whatever.
So today's guests are people that are going to help us get back to our future, meaning that we're going to get to our future with these guests. And I'm excited about it because we're talking about our youth,
yes,
which is a legacy. So, today's guest, who do we have?
Well, first we have Mrs. Marcella Phillips. She is the CEO of International Talent Elite Enterprise. And who else we got on the show?
Well, we have the Kelby Cannick, and he is of Makin magazine. He's responsible for helping a lot of independent artists get their independent contracts and get out there, exposure, right, which is very important. And we also have Terrance, who is the president of the nonprofit Tiny Be Mighty, which is inspiration from her son. So I can't wait to hear about that because, we're getting into the future. So this is Gwen's Business Corner with Deonta B. And you better stay tuned and don't change that dial because we're getting back to our future. We'll be right back. We at Gwen's Business Corner would like to thank our proud sponsors, Expert Tax Service LLC and Pretty Boss Hair. And you can watch Gwen's Business Corner with Deonta B every first and third Monday on Fox 54. I am Deonta B.
So, welcome back. Today's show, we're talking about back to the future. And our first guest is Mrs. Marcella Phillips of ITEE. Hey, Marcella.
Hi, welcome. Hello. Thanks for having me.
So we just like to jump right into it, get into the nuggets.
All right.
So your company is called International Talent Elite Enterprise. Tell us a little about your business and how you inspired to start it.
Okay, yes. I was inspired for me to start my foundation working with AFLAC cancer and blood disorders at Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, Eggleston. And just seeing those kids who still wanted to pursue their life, even though cancer was, trying to take it. I just encouraged them to keep, moving. And I always ask them that question, what is it that you want to do? And it kind of took their mind off of the cancer. So then I got in a lot of trouble at work, trying to pull the kids from the clinic to the stage, doing runway and just doing their talent, whatever they wanted to do. And I said, well, Lord, just put me on the outside. Let me work this on the outside. And then it was formed. Okay. So this is what we do. We do talent shows, fashion shows, give them that exposure, help them build the self-confidence to, put themselves out there to do whatever it is that they want to do.
That's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it is because they are our future. That's why I think that's just such an important thing. Absolutely. So the $1 million question that everybody asks us, because we have a 501c3 nonprofit organization, and so many people want to know what were some of the steps that you took with developing a 501c3.
First, I prayed on it.
Yeah.
I prayed on it, and it was just like everything was in step. God had put everything in order for me as soon as I started talking about doing my foundation. I was going to this church that I went to. They was actually doing a Saturday workshop. They did 2 Saturday workshops, and so I was like, wow, this is the opportunity for me to learn about how to start a nonprofit, and that's where I took place. Just going and getting educated and taking a class, and so and they gave me this big old book of stuff to do, to-do list. It wasn't easy, but it was.
Yeah, I know
it happened.
Everybody like, how you got there? It took a lot. It took a little lot.
But the first thing I would say is partner with other organizations and volunteer and stuff like that with other organizations just to get your name out there while you're thinking about what your mission statement and all that is going to be like. And then by the time you start it, you'll have an idea of what it looks like.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the other thing that we know from experience is, the funding. And we see that you do a lot of free events. So what are some of the challenges you have, being that you're a nonprofit organization? You really, do live in purpose because you've seen that was a need. Mm-hmm. So what are some of the difficult challenges you have when it comes to funding the actual organization?
Finding those sponsors, finding people. There's a lot of con artists out here. And that's what makes it hard for those who are really trying to do something. But just finding those people who trust and believe in your mission. I get a few sponsors here and there, but mainly because it is my passion, I fund it myself. But we're getting to that level. We're 501c3 now since 2016. So now we're starting to get into how to start doing the grants and how to get the major corporate sponsors and stuff like that. So it's still a lot of work.
Girl, we've been doing 5-6 years. We still budding out too.
A long time.
It's a lot, and
Yeah.
just, once you tap into those major sponsors, you're there. I mean, a lot of my friends, they do have nonprofits, and they do get major corporate sponsors and stuff like that. So I'm like, they won't tell me, but I'm like, okay, God,
yeah, I think
know.
I think it's just about the timing.
Yeah.
And the portfolio of the actual organization, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, and the longevity of, if you're consistent with what you're doing, they're gonna see it. So you just got to keep doing what you're doing. It'll happen.
Exactly. So you wear many of the hats: life coach, mentor. I mean, media correspondent. The list goes on. Yeah. So I want to talk about a media correspondent because we work with a lot of media correspondents, and what we find is it's not really anything to teach people how to be a media correspondent. So what tools would you give to somebody that's looking to be a red carpet host or a media correspondent?
I say we'll start with, a show like you guys, radio. I started with radio. And I was really surprised because, it's one of those faith things again. I prayed, I was like, God, just give me a voice to speak for the voiceless and stuff like that. And then 2 weeks later, I get this call saying, hey, would you like to do my radio show? And I'm like, I'm really shy. I don't talk to people. But once I got out there and just started talking the stuff I wanted to say, like you guys, you got a lot of stuff to talk about, a lot of people you want to interview and stuff like that. It just got exciting to me. And I would say just start there, radio. You got to get your face. You got to have a brand, that kind of thing. You got to brand yourself first, I would say.
Right.
Yeah.
So you also management is artists is a part of your portfolio as well. So give us advice to somebody who wants to possibly manage, someone.
Okay. With that, meeting a lot of kids during the events, the talents and fashion shows and stuff, you get a lot of people who want you to manage. They feel comfortable with you managing their kids or whatever. And it's something that I didn't want to do, but this gospel group of 5 kids, Dad asked me to manage it, and I was like, oh, and one of those things, I'll give it a try and see. For a whole year, we did a great job with them, but it was challenging, very challenging for me. I would not do it again, but I would move them in the right direction. I'm always in the industry meeting people for these kids so that they can have a safe place or a reliable person that will help them get to where they need to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Exactly.
Very important.
So you work with the youth and you have a big award show coming up. Yes. So I want you to tell the viewers how they can find out about the award show and also how they can find you and keep up with all the great things that you're doing.
Absolutely. Well, we're doing our show March 3rd, 2019, of course, at the Porter Sanford Arts Center. Do not know the address right off the top of my head, but it's off of Rainbow Drive across from the South DeKalb Mall down in the cut. So it's Porter Sanford Arts Center, and it's March 3rd, 2019. Starts at 3 p.m. sharp, red carpet from 3 to 4. We will do the awards. We are acknowledging our youth in the community who are doing excellent, who are doing great things, whether it be entertainment, scholastic, whatever it is that they're pursuing. We want to celebrate and honor them on this day. And you can find me on social media, ITEE, International Talent Elite Enterprise, on Facebook and on IG, 501c3, ITEE.501c3. Right now, we are in construction of our website. We just got so busy. We have so much stuff going on it that we have to revamp it. So stay tuned for that. And again, my name is Marcella Phillips.
All right, Marcella, thank you. Well, there you have it. We are talking about our future. And so you better not change that channel, because coming up next, we have Kelby Cannick, who's going to be talking about Making It magazine. And also, he's going to tell us a little bit about what they did to sponsor some artists that were getting exposure. So I can't wait to hear about that. You better stay tuned and keep it locked, because this is Gwen's Business Corner with Deonta B. We'll be right back. Hey y'all, tax season is just around the corner. We here at Expert Tax Service want you to know that it is not too early to start sorting out all of your important documents that might affect your taxes. Some good news, Expert Tax Service will be offering refund advance loans up to $5,000. To learn more about our tax company, visit experttaxservices.com and follow Expert Tax Services on Facebook for upcoming tax tips and news. See you soon. Welcome back, and if you're just tuning in, we are talking about our future, and our next guest is taking us into the digital world with Making It magazine, Kelby Cannick. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome. Okay, so we'd like to jump right into it because we want to get the most out the interview. So tell us about Making It magazine. How did you get started with Making It magazine? What's your inspiration?
I started computer programming when I was like 11, 12.
Oh, wow.
And that didn't make me cool, so I started rapping when I was 16. But I took my knowledge of technology and made money doing music. From there, I was making cool money. I was from Indianapolis, so I was making cool money, but then I got to a point where I realized I didn't want to do music anymore, but I saw people who were way more talented than me, like losing tons of money. So I wanted to try to help as many people as possible. So I got into like a little consulting and management work and got tired of answering the same question a million different times. So I started the magazine to be able to answer the question once to a million different people. So that was kind of the idea, to help as many people as possible, as efficiently as possible.
So your motto, support those who support you.
Yeah.
I love that, because you're definitely doing that. I saw where you guys help sponsor so many artists with getting them off the ground. And I mean, aside of that, your magazine has like tons of celebrities in it. So how did you execute your mission?
Well, it wasn't always as profitable as I would have liked it. So we started off print. We still do print, but we do a lot of stuff in the digital space. Spending $10,000 to print up magazines, then shipping them out all across the country. And I was having a conversation with someone, and they said something that really resonated with me. It was like, the fact that I would put a lot of energy into helping people. And it's like, you can't support the people who won't support you. Mm-hmm. And so I felt that really resonated with me, because as businesses, we got to stay in business. Like, being in business is a community service. Like, even if you charge and you're making money, if the gas station down the street closed down, now it's an inconvenience to you to have to find another gas station. So it's like having to put the business first. And so making sure that the people who support you are always a priority in any business that you do.
I like that, and that's a good way to put it, because these people don't know how to support nobody.
I know, that was a good nugget right there. I hope you got that.
They don't know how to support nobody. So you have a magazine, and with that magazine, a lot of people are trying to do magazines now, especially in the digital space. So how have you been able to succeed in the digital space? How have you been able to expand your brand?
Like, everything come down to, like, I'm a principle person, not a process principles don't change. Processes do. So even coming from print to going to digital is all about creating value. And so I feel like in the digital space, people don't always create value. They create noise. They like, I just want to be seen. I just want to be heard. Send out as many links. And it's just about it as touching as many people as possible rather than touching people deeply. So it's really about creating content that really means something. And so that's what we did. Like I just finished up an article. It took me almost 2 years to write this article because it was like a lot of thoughts that I was trying to cram into as short amount of space as possible. But like when we really released it, like it did like over 20,000 reads in the first week.
Oh, wow.
But it's because, and I've gotten a ton of emails from it because it resonated with people. I could have rushed it out when I had the initial idea, but I was like, nah, it's not right yet. And so just taking the time to get your content together and try to touch people as deeply as possible with whatever it is that you're doing.
Interesting.
It is interesting. So what was your approach? Because so many people that are in the magazine world want to get the opportunity to spotlight celebrities in their magazine, and you've conquered it. So what was your approach in receiving those opportunities?
Well, the interesting thing for like the celebrities that we featured in the magazine, most of them, all right, so we do celebrities on the cover. But when we put celebrities on the cover, it's never about the celebrity. For us, we're more of a trade publication. So anything that we do, we try to educate with it. So we may, like right now, we have the next issue, we have Tekashi on the cover. Not talking about his story at all. It's like, but we use him as an example to talk about setting goals for what success is and having realistic goals for that. But when it comes to the celebrities that we have featured, we featured them before they were celebrities because we saw something in them because like, yo, B.O.B., he's dope. Like Mike Will, he's dope. Young Thug, he's dope. 30 Rock, he's dope. Let's spotlight them. Let other people know about it. And that's what we've always tried to do.
That's our future.
So, what is your advice to someone who is trying to start, or rather in the beginning stages of starting a digital magazine? What advice would you give to them?
Don't do it. Like, no, but I think one of the things is anything that you want to start, just actually be passionate about it. Let it be something that you like doing, something that you're willing to do for free. And then when it comes to because when people try to jump into these spaces, a lot of times it's like, oh, I see this person's doing it. And, we see the end results. Like, it's people who are watching this right now. They see this. They see this two-dimensional thing. They don't see the cameras. They don't see us getting mic'd up. They don't understand commercial light bills and all that type of stuff.
Yes.
So you gotta be willing to put up with the other stuff. And so if you're passionate about that thing, then you'll be willing to do that.
Okay.
So tell the viewers how they can keep up with all the things that you got going on and coming up with this digital magazine. I mean, especially the artists, because they want to. A lot of artists want to get sponsored. Okay. So tell the viewers first off how they can do that. Okay. How they can get sponsored, because they all need funding.
Well, if you want to keep up with Makin It Magazine, you can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, all the social media at Makin It Mag. There's no G at the end of making, MAKINITMAG. They're going to put it right there in post. I just gave them some extra work. All right, so, but we have a membership organization, and basically the thing that I saw was the people with the music don't always have the money, and the people with the money don't always have the music. So we established a level playing field where any and everybody pays the same membership fee. It's $199 a year, which breaks down to 55 cents a day. And we just help people. We've flown artists out to open up for major acts, set up meetings with them. We're doing a stage during South by Southwest this year. Again, we're putting 15 acts on the stage for free, helping up to 5 of them with their travel. We do all kind of amazing stuff. Like we gave out over $150,000 worth of sponsorships and media placements last year.
Well, thank you for coming by.
Yes.
Thank you for having us. Definitely appreciate it.
So many people need that.
Yes.
In their future, they just need to have, people need funding.
Yeah.
Right.
So, so there you have it. I hope you got something that you can use. And you better stay tuned, because coming up next, we have the president of Tiny Be Mighty, Tara Towns, and she's going to tell us about her organization. And I mean, we're talking about our future. It gets no better than that. This is Gwen's Business Corner with Deonta B. We'll be right back. If you would like to be a show guest, contact us on Facebook at Gwen's Business Corner, or you can email us at gwenbusinesscorner@gmail.com.
So, welcome back. Well, you know, today's show we're talking about Back to the Future, and our next guest is Mrs. Terrance, the CEO of Tiny Be Mighty.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Hi. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
We like to jump right into it. So, you have, you CEO of Tiny Be Mighty. So, tell us what the inspiration was for your nonprofit, and tell us how you developed it.
Okay. So Tiny Be Mighty is a nonprofit 501c3. The inspiration was my son, is my son. He has dwarfism, and he was bullied tremendously, like to the point where his whole demeanor changed. He's like a happy, spunky kid, and he went from that to like not talking, not wanting to eat. And I said, I have to do something for real. So I wrote a book called Tiny But Mighty, and I started the nonprofit. So.
Okay. Interesting.
That is interesting. So you talked about the inspiration was your son.
Yes.
So what were some of the challenges that you faced, being that you built your organization off of your son? So what were some of the challenges that you faced as a mother?
Well, I was in school at the time, finishing up my master's. So just school, a heavy workload. I had clients. I'm a therapist working towards my licensure, and a life coach, certified life coach and counselor. So just juggling everything. But a big challenge was just keeping my emotions intact, because it's a very emotional subject, a very serious subject. And to kind of, separate yourself and make it business when you know that some of the stories that he came home and told me what they were doing to him in school, I kind of didn't want to be businessy. Right. So just separating the emotions from business. But now we're very professional about it. We're excited about it, but we're on a mission. We're not playing with bullying.
Right.
So, and he actually speaks as well. He's part of the company. He's on the board.
Wow.
And he's 10.
Yeah, he came in here serious.
I know.
Yeah, he came in here
very
serious.
smart. And he
Very
was
smart.
business too.
Right. That's how old are you?
Yes, that's Corey.
So you mentioned that you are a life coach. A lot of people, wear the title of a life coach, but a lot of people don't understand what a life coach actually does. So tell us a little bit what a life coach does.
Okay, and I like this question because there are programs where you can become a life coach in 2 days or a few hours or online. That's not what I am. I have a master's in this and a bachelor's. So, but a life coach, in my practice, I assist people in unleashing what they already have and helping them connect with themselves to do what they want, whatever it is, weight loss or anxiety or a better marriage. That's what I personally do. I don't tell anyone what to do. I like to connect them to themselves to see what they already have and just help them bring it out, and then they reach their goals.
Okay. Talking about the future.
Yeah.
Yes.
She helped them with the future.
Because, honey, you need therapy. I'm going to therapy this year.
It's a good thing, guys.
Get my life together.
You're not crazy. That's what people think. You're not.
So you're an author.
Yes.
And so many people want to be an author. It's just like the end thing right
yes,
now.
it is.
So what advice would you give someone looking to break into the author industry based off of, especially for those who are writing a book based off of their own real life experiences, just as you have with your son?
Yes. Well, I mean, I encourage artistry in any form. So I promote that. I want people to do what they want to do. But I really say to tap into your talent and make sure that there really is something there. I encourage people to self-publish because I didn't want to sell my publishing rights to the first offer that I had. So I own 100% of my rights. It's a lot of work, so be prepared for the work. Be prepared for selling one book
right
at a time until people know who you are and you keep promoting it. But we are in Barnes & Nobles, in stores. We're in Walmart, online, which is very hard to get there, and we're on Amazon.
Wow.
So our book is moving. It's moving along.
That's really good.
Thank
So
you.
you also have a program called Women's Welfare to Work. So you're doing a lot of different things. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, that program I was a mentor of that in California, and it's a wonderful program where women on welfare are they pay for them to return to school, they pay for their child care, they pay for everything. And then they kind of assist them if they have entrepreneurial, aspirations, and they help them. They help them open up their businesses. So it's a wonderful program.
Okay.
Wow.
It's a wonderful program.
So tell the viewers, because, I mean, you and your son are traveling to speak.
Yes.
I mean, you're just doing so many different things.
Yes.
Like, you just wearing a lot of hats.
I am.
So tell the viewers, of course, how they can find you and your son as well, because bullying is like a major, major thing that
Yes,
nobody
it is.
wants to touch on, but we see
Right.
it happening with so many children. So tell them how they can find you in your speaking engagements, as well as how they can keep up with all the great things you have going on.
Thank you. Well, we have a website, tinybemighty.org, and then we have Instagram, tinybemighty. I'm on LinkedIn and Facebook under Tara Lynn Towns and Tiny Be Mighty and Living Beyond You. And we also have our campaign, which we're highlighting Mackenzie Adams, if I can mention her name. She hung herself last month, 9 years old, in her bathroom. And we have partnered with her family and the NAACP. We're highlighting her in our national tour. We have NFL players and a lot of influencers jumping on board. So that you can go on to NoBulliesOnOurTeam.com, and you can read all about our 3-year mission to spread this word nationwide.
All right now.
I know. She is just on it. I mean, it's
Thank
just
you,
amazing
guys.
because kids are our future.
Yes.
And they're just up against so much now that we just don't talk about, and
Yes.
it's real. Like, they go
Oh,
through
God,
just as much
yes.
as adults. And so, I mean, I just commend you
Thank
for
you.
everything
Thank
that you're
you.
doing with that. So, I mean, there you have it. We gave you all the nuggets. I hope you got them, because, I mean, we talked about digital. We talked about 501c3. We talked about organizations. I mean, we're talking about the future.
Yes, ma'am.
So, Gwen, what you got going on?
Well, it's tax season, and we're still working. I've been on this show. So if you're looking for a tax preparer, definitely check us out at Expert Tax Service on Facebook and also Instagram. And you don't have to come to our office. You can get your taxes virtually done by visiting our website at www.experttaxservices.com. And if you want to find me, Gwennetta, you can find me, Gwennetta, Wright, on all social media outlets, and visit my website too at www.gwennettarwright.com. Didi?
Yes, and we want to remind you that you can catch us every first and third Monday on Fox 54. And I mean, you can find me at all social media outlets, The Real Deonta B. This is Gwen's Business Corner with Deonta B, and we're out. Peace.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye.